Okay, so welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to fill in the first page of my new sketchbook. It's just a tiny one. I don't think, it's about the size of my hand. It's the Canson Artbook 1, and I've never used a Canson sketchbook before, so I'm looking forward to just trying to work in this, seeing what the paper is like. And yeah, first of all, I'm just going to pull off this sticker because I want to put stickers that I actually like on it. And I got some from an art store, some cherry blossom stickers. And yes, here you got them. They are from Rico Design in the paper poetry line. They're a little bit 3D, so they are really fun because they're just a little statement, I guess. And I'm just on the first page, like on the front page, I'm just kind of sticking them on kind of randomly. Like I had a plan to make it pretty. I think one of them kind of sticks out a little bit too much, but that's alright. Like I tried to fix it for a second, but it's fine. And then on the back page I did the same thing, but with a smaller sticker in the middle instead of a big one. And I think this actually turned out a little bit cuter. I actually prefer this side. Then because I have a messed up page from using Copics on the side on the page before, I decided that it's a good idea to make use of this page, because also I'm a little bit scared of drawing directly into a new sketchbook, because if you mess it up, it's just kind of a bad opening feeling to get started on a new sketchbook. And then you can just see me sketching the pose first. This took me quite a while because I'm not very good at anatomy, which is fine, but with a little bit of help and just studying it, practicing it, it's doable, I think. This is definitely something that I want to explore on my channel a little bit, because it's just kind of embarrassing not to be able to draw anatomy when you're already in the sixth semester of art school. I still have 2 semesters to go, and I could maybe even add like another one, but overall I just want to get better at this, just be able to do it without having to look up like a million references every time, without having to remind myself how the body is built every time. Like I just want to be able to look at something and see how it's supposed to be. And yeah, you can kind of see me erasing a lot and redrawing a lot of the pose. Also me just marking out where the pose is supposed to go after I've already drawn it. That's like a thing that I oftentimes do. Like sometimes I'm just too excited to get started with a new drawing that I just completely forget to give myself like a base to draw it on, and then I have to fix everything while I'm already halfway done, which is really annoying. And that's like a thing that just oftentimes happens with me. But yeah, you can just see that I'm pretty much done with the pose by now. I'm just defining some of the edges, some of the lines now. And yeah. As you can see, I'm still kind of struggling with hands, but I went in with a little bit of a harder pencil so that I can get the details of the hands in a little bit more. And I did the same thing for both of the hands, just slightly harder pencil, a little bit more detail. It took a little bit of time, but I think they turned out alright. And then I just defined the body a little bit more, and as you can see now, I finished the sketch off camera because I already had so much footage, you won't believe it. I gave myself a little dress, like this is a self-portrait basically, and it's just supposed to be me magically like holding up the number 2, or like presenting the number 2, because this is the second sketchbook that I'm willing to show publicly. Like I actually have a couple of sketchbooks already that are just half done. I think like about 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7, and then just some, like I think I have 2 finished ones actually, but those are kind of ugly and I'm not willing to show them. And then I'm going in with the Pentel Energel. It's the one with the needle tip. I really love this needle tip. I actually think that it's better for inking than microns, at least when you're trying to get like a thin outline, because microns, like the thin ones, they kind of get stuck in the paper a lot, and then you have to, I don't know, do a little surgery on them so that they work again, and sometimes they just never do. Like I had 1 micron that I just ruined because I drew on it, like I drew with it on like slightly like loosely pressed paper, and like some of the paper just got stuck in the nib and it wasn't salvageable. I just had to throw it away, which was really sad. I think I purchased it anyways, but I really like the thick microns, like the number 10, the number 8, even the number 5 is still pretty thick in my opinion. And actually, like, if they don't clog up, the thin ones are nice as well, because I feel like sometimes I just feel like the vibe that I get with microns is nicer than the vibe that I get with other like fine liners. But for some reason, fine liners just tend to clog up, or like the tip will break and snap, and that's why I prefer to use like a ballpoint pen with a needle tip, like the Pentel Energel, which also doesn't smudge a lot. I think I got this specifically for inking and writing fast, because you can, like, I'm the type of person to rest the hand a lot on like my drawings, and if I did that with a kind of ink that just smudges easily, the entire drawing would be ruined. And therefore I'm just really grateful that these kind of pens and inks exist nowadays. And yeah, now you can just see me trying to work on the detail of the dress. I'm pretty sure I combined 2 different references for the dress. I think the top was just from an ad that I constantly got either on Pinterest or Instagram from like Devil Inspired or some stuff like that. And I wanted something that's like kind of elegant and sexy, but at the same time not too revealing, because I'm not the type of person to wear incredibly revealing stuff. But this is the kind of stuff that maybe I would wear if I had the confidence. And then I kind of struggled with making up a skirt on like the folds of the skirt from my imagination, so I looked up another reference that had like a completely different skirt though. So I think the folds on this skirt are kind of wrong, but at the same time I think I've made it alright in the end. And yeah, I also gave myself some little Mary Janes, or like, I don't know if they're actually called like that, like they could just be anything, but I just gave myself some chunky shoes. And yeah, now I'm just filling in some shadows, and I think, yeah, I'm just doing some shadows. Yeah, I'm just looking at the footage back while recording an audio, because like for some reason I haven't really figured out how to record the audio directly in my editing app. I'm just using Premiere Pro, because as an art student I have to pay for Adobe anyways, and therefore I'm just trying to get used to like the professional software. And like, I actually think that the second video is already so much better than the first one, just quality wise, because I just kind of learned how to edit a little bit. But yeah, I'm just doing some little shadows now, and I actually considered coloring this piece at first, but sometimes I'm still a little bit scared of coloring, especially when it comes to stuff that has a lot of folds or where I don't really have a reference for. And so I just decided to cut her out now and just glue the little paper me on. And you can I kind of got out of frame here, which is a thing that I still need to learn, but I also realized that I was using the wrong format for YouTube, which is something that I could have informed myself about, to be honest, but like, that's fine. Kind of struggled to get her off the paper because it was kind of glued down, and yeah, I'm just sticking it on. Made sure that it was even on every little edge, every little rim. Just made sure that it was nice and smooth, because like sometimes with glue, like I used liquid glue if you're German, or like probably European, I don't know, but like, do you know Art Attack? They always had like this white glue for arts and crafts that nobody had at home, and today in this case I didn't have a regular glue stick, I just had the white glue that nobody ever had, and it's just been chilling in our drawer, arts and crafts drawer, to be honest. Like, oh god. And yeah, for the letter, wait, it's not a letter, it's a number, oh god. Anyways, for the letter I decided to use a stencil that one of my friends gave me, because I wanted to make sure that it looked good, because like sometimes my hand lettering is good, sometimes it's not, and I just wanted to be safe that it would look good, and then I just used the stencil, and yeah. An original jelly roll. It kind of dried up two or three times because some of the glue unfortunately spilled out of from underneath and got stuck on the roller ball, and I kind of fixed that by just putting the glue on my hands. I oftentimes just use my hands to fix stuff, to be honest, but yeah. I also decided to give the two a little outline just to make everything match, and I think at this point it's pretty much done. So this is the finished art piece, and I'm just zooming in a little bit so you can get a look at the details. Some of the shading that I did, just some regular stripes, and yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.